Hello, Ascension. This is Bill Schneider again, back for the third time. I'm so sorry to force you to see me three times in 3 weeks, but I'm here today with Jan Peterson, our financial secretary. As long as I've been at Ascension, Jan has been the financial secretary, but I realize I really don't know everything that she does. So before we talk about today's topic, I'd like to introduce you to Jan and let her talk about what she does as financial secretary for the church. Hi,
Hey,
Jan.
thanks, Bill. Well, I serve, as Bill says, as financial secretary. I'm also a member of the finance committee. As financial secretary, I am responsible for counting the contributions. Those are the ones that are either formerly put in the offering plate each week or the mail, which is how we've been handling it for the last 8 months or so. My job is to count, with assistance, of course, count the contributions, make sure that they are entered into the system and that your donation is deposited as you intend it to be, to the correct fund. I'm also responsible for sending out periodic statements, as well as your year-end tax documents. Additionally, as a member of the finance committee, I'm responsible for setting up pledge campaigns. Also, under the very able leadership of Richard Kreutzfeldt, who is chairman of the finance committee, I help to make income projections, which lead to a recommendation of what our annual budget might be. Bill asked me earlier when we were talking about this ahead of time, why do I do it? I'm retired and I finally have the time to give back. I spent over 30 years in human resources, and I got to tell you, it's relaxing to deal with numbers and simple computer programs. So that's kind of one of my retirement activities.
Numbers don't fight back, right?
They don't argue with you.
Well, that's great. Well, so how long have you been financial secretary of the church?
Since 2014.
14. So that's just about when I got here. So that's why I recall it as
that's
you
probably
being
why
one
I'm
I
the
know.
only one you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your service to the church. It's fantastic, and you do a great job. I know. I've been on the audit committee a couple of times, and I will tell everybody Jan's record keeping is perfecto. Very well done. So
thank you.
So thanks for the introduction. We are here to talk about the pledge process. So for those of you who have been watching these videos, I hope you've enjoyed seeing Charlie Price and Michelle Ward talk about different ways to give to Ascension. Today, we're going to sort of put the bow on it and talk about how you actually make the pledge. And some of you have been doing this for years, if not decades. Some may be new to the process. So we just thought it would be a helpful exercise to walk through the pledge card and also giving through Realm. So Jen, how is it if we talk about the pledge card first?
Sure.
And I think, go ahead.
You're going to put up a copy of the pledge card. Okay.
I think I'll put that on our screen. So I'm going to try to share a screen. Hopefully this works. And everyone should now see the pledge card.
Okay. The way we start the whole process is everybody who has pledged in the prior year, I fill in the top line on the pledge card so you can see what your pledge was for 2020. Then these are mailed out to every member. When you complete your pledge or you want to fill it in, you indicate either the amount by week, by month, by quarter, or by year. And when we say the as can, if you're not sure, we just put it in the per year category. What happens when that comes back to us is I enter it into the system, into the Realm system, and if it's by week, the system will multiply it so we know what the annual amount is. If it's by quarter, it multiplies it by 4, and so forth. So we work off the annual amounts for budgeting purposes. If you have not pledged in the past year, your pledge card will look slightly different, it won't show what the amount was on that top line, as Bill just showed you the new one. But again, you fill in the same information, what your pledge will be either by week, by month, quarter, or annually. There's also one more check mark you can put on there, and that's whether or not you plan to give electronically through Realm. And should I just launch into that, Bill?
Yeah, before you go into Realm, I have one question.
Sure.
What if I don't know what my envelope number is, or what is an envelope number? Because I know a lot of us don't even use envelopes anymore. So what's that about?
That's a good question. It's kind of a, I don't know, a cross check in the system. Your account on Realm, and we can talk a little bit more about that. Everybody has an account in Realm, and it's set up by family. And by family, you are assigned an envelope number. So when we enter data, we can either put it in by that envelope number or by name. Either way, it's not as critical as it used to be in past years where things weren't all done by computer.
Right.
So if you don't know your envelope number, don't worry about it.
Don't panic, right?
Don't
no
panic. We look those up all the time. Yeah, it's not a big deal. As long as we know we either have the envelope number or the name, we're fine.
Okay, sounds good. Well, let me stop sharing this then and put us back on the screen. Okay. And let's talk about Realm.
Okay. Realm is absolutely the most fantastic computer system. We adopted it since I became financial secretary, and it has made my job so much easier. There are two ways you can give online through Realm. The easiest one, if you're familiar with how to log into your own account, is log into your own account, go on the Giving tab, and on the very top line, you will see it's kind of like the upper left, a plus mark for Give. So if you click on that, you can, say it's a special campaign we're running for the night ministry or for Advent, or it's for One Tree, Many Branches, you click on that and you would put in, or the general fund, what the amount is you want to give and what fund you want it directed to. Then it will ask you, do you want to put it on a credit card, or do you want to have it come directly from a savings or checking account? And then you would enter that information, kind of similar to when you're ordering something online or paying an online bill.
Do we pay a credit card fee for that?
Okay, that's a real good question. Yes, we do pay a credit card fee. It is 0.25%. I just recently added a category to this where if you want to offset our processing fees, you can check the box. And so in other words, if you're making a $100 donation, oh gosh, no, you'll be charged
$250 more,
$102.25 or
25. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But anyway, it will show you exactly what the amount is that you would be charged. As I said, I just put this in. I experimented it with myself last night, did a $25 contribution, and to offset our costs, it says it will cost 63 cents. Okay. So you know exactly what the incremental amount would be. That was a real good question. So anyway, you can either go in through your own account on Realm, which means you don't have to, when you're doing your checking account, credit card, whatever, you don't have to enter your address and all that information, or you can go in through the church website, ascension-church.org. If you go onto that website, you'll see there are 4 boxes at the bottom, and the one on the far right is for online giving. If you clicked onto that, it would bring you into the same system in Realm for giving. However, since you're going in through a general website, you'd have to add in your name and your address information. But I'll tell you, it's a very, very easy way to donate to whatever cause you want to give to a church, to set up recurring payments for the general fund to meet your pledge. And quite frankly, it saves us counting time because it's just coming in electronically. We don't have to handle the checks. You don't have to pay a stamp, put a stamp on it.
And the pledge itself, you talked about clicking the give button, but you can also say make a pledge, right? There's a separate button for the pledge itself.
Yes, there is. Yeah. So if you didn't want to mail your pledge card back to us, you can go right into Realm and enter your own pledge. Or you could enter, if you wanted to enter a pledge for some other campaign we have going on, such as leadership development, or if you wanted to put extra money into Shine, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I do both. I do the card and the Realm, because Realm will then say, if you put the pledge in, it'll always give you an update on where you stand versus your pledge. So if you give weekly or monthly, it'll just tell you where you stand year to date versus your pledge, which is helpful.
It will do that regardless of whether you mail in the card or whether you enter it yourself. Because
you'll put it in.
if I get the card in, I'm going to enter the card.
Oh yeah.
And then it'll automatically show up. Yeah. So you'll see a bar on the right that shows where you are with regard to your pledge.
Good point. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great tool, and thank you for shepherding over that tool. Anything else you want to add, Jan, about the pledge season?
No, I just hope everybody will turn in pledge cards. It's been a tough year all around, but we want to support our church and make sure that we're around next year when things open up again.
Yeah, I think that's well said. I think this is a hard year to figure out how we're gonna behave as a congregation, right? Because the world's different than it was a year ago, and our hope is that, and our trust and belief is that through kind of the Spirit will move us to continue to be the great congregation we are, and support it as such.
Yeah.
I will say an advertisement. The last thing left in this season prior to Giving Day is Town Hall on Sunday, where my wife Kristen will be interviewing Phil, our treasurer, to talk about the budget for next year, and then of course on the 22nd is Pledge and Pie Sunday, I think we're calling it. Yeah. We're going to drop off our pledges, drive through at the church, and receive a small pie to honor that gift. And there's more to that, but you'll see all that in your e-blast about giving also to the night ministry as part of that event. I believe. Yes, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, okay. Well, we're not doing night ministry then. Then we're doing. We're going to be bringing food for food pantry, I believe. Is that what the emails had said? I think so.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, food for the food pantry. Bring some pumpkin. That's it. Okay. There's so much going on at Ascension. Sometimes I forget where we are in the calendar year.
Concert on Saturday.
I know, that's true. Concert on Saturday. All right. Well, this will be out on Monday, so no one will see that till after the concert's done. So it was a great concert. Right. Thank you, Kevin Kosnick. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for this, and thank you, Jan, for your time, and thank you, congregation, for listening. And enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you in Zoom Church.